The USF Bulls had a 5-3 lead moving into the ninth inning the other night, but then the Pirates came to life, tied the ball game up, and a pinch hitter comes in for the squeeze play, and the Pirates cap off a 6-5 rally and a win over the USF Bulls, and the 8th seed is 2-0 in the American Conference Tournament. I'm Jeff Private alongside Garrett Walbert, and here we go. Number 1 versus number 8 again after East Carolina beat Central Florida on night number 1. They get a chance to get some revenge.
That was a dominant win. 14-3, the 8th seed upset the number 1 regular season champions. They've looked very good in this tournament. ECU is 2-0. They've been led by players like Charlie Yorgan. They've had some very good pitching come through. I'm excited to see what they've got on tap here. Can ECU do it in one game? Well, they need 2 to move on to the title.
We'll find out soon enough. So let's take a look at some of our players to watch. We'll start it off with Charlie Yorgan.
Yorgan has been scorching the ball here in Clearwater. 5 for 9 in the tournament. 5 runs scored, 4 RBIs, and a home run earlier versus UCF. Big, powerful bat from the left side.
For the UCF Knights that have made their way back through the losers bracket, they're led by a great third baseman in Cam Gellinger.
Gellinger, a senior, 3 for 4 yesterday against USF in an elimination game. He looked red hot at the plate. He's a senior hitting almost 300 on the year. He helps pace the offense. They've got their work cut out for them today. They're going to face a talented pitcher from ECU in Jake Agnos.
It's Jake Agnos and Jason Bard, the Pirates and the Knights on a beautiful afternoon with a slight breeze blowing out to right field. 20 lineups coming your way on the American Digital Network.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
This is a classroom.
This is a lab.
This is a study break.
This is family.
This is our backyard.
This is Yukon.
Clear skies. It's going to be in the 90s. It is warm today for our second semifinal game. Will we have one game here? Will it be a doubleheader? We're going to find out soon enough between the 31-27 Knights and the 40-19 UCF Knights. So the Pirates, taking a look at their lineup, very good in the middle.
Starters today, 5 seniors, 2 juniors, and 1 true freshman, Rylan Thomas, the rookie position player of the year. A team that is hitting .295 with over 100 doubles and 54 home runs. Pretty impressive lineup for Coach Cliff Godwin.
That's how the Pirates will line up today. Again, the home team today is going to be the UCF Knights. The Pirates looking intently into the camera there as UCF going to send Jason Bard to the hill today. UCF playing it smart, wearing the all whites here this afternoon. As you see Eli Putnam right there, and he's one of the big leaders for this Knight Ball Club. Putnam this year with 39 runs driven in on the season.
You see East Carolina coming in just 31 victories. They came in with 29. They're 2-0 in the tournament and one of the most dangerous 8-seeded teams in any tournament across the country. They've got postseason aspirations, Jeff. Last year that team made the Super Regionals. They were an at-large bid to the NCAA tournament and were regional champs out of Charlottesville. You go across the The other side, UCF at the bottom of the conference standings just a year ago. What a turnaround under new head coach Greg Lovelady, the reigning American Coach of the Year.
Well, he has done an outstanding job. Took over a team that had the talent to do it, and came from Wright State. Said he's going to be particular where he decided his next jump would be. Was not going to just go after the first job. Comes back to Florida where he made his name with the Miami Hurricanes and has done outstanding. One of a couple of 40-win teams for the American, and if Houston were to win the championship tomorrow, 3 40-win teams going into not only the host selection show tomorrow night, but Selection Monday for the rest of the NCAA field.
We heard this morning that the American has moved up to number 4 in terms of conference RPI. They were 5th, now moved up to one of the top 4 conferences in the country. So the number of teams making it right now has been as high as 4. Possibly with ECU making it, Jeff, they might aspire to something better.
And with UConn getting 2 wins in this tournament, the projections had them as high as a 2 seed in several regionals. You got to think they are safe now. So if East Carolina came through this tournament and won it, you got to feel really good about 5 teams going to the NCAA.
UCF takes the field, and we're ready to get our second game today underway.
Take a look at how UCF is going to line up here this afternoon in the semifinal contest. This defense fielding .972 on the year, 64 errors for UCF. Ball on the mound, Heiser behind the plate, the infield. Thomas at first, Mike at second, Bozeman at short, Gellinger over there at third. From left to right, Marsh, Hamblin, and Putnam.
Starting pitcher today is number 35, Jason Barr, a redshirt junior, 6'4", 187 pounds, out of Longwood, Florida. Barr's numbers on the year, 0-1 with a 2.68 ERA. 4 games started. They actually started him off as a weekend guy. He's moved to the pen and has been very successful. Had the highest strikeout numbers on the team before Robbie Howell started moving into that. 53 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up just 35 hits. 16 runs, all were earned. He's walked 4 again in 53 innings. Struck out 84. Opponents are only hitting 182 against him.
Going to have to hold a pretty potent ECU offense off the bases today. They are leading the tournament with a .442 on base percentage. They are second in batting average, hitting .324 so far this week. And that's through a 2-game sample for East Carolina coming through the winners bracket. But still, they have put up the numbers thus far.
Coach Godwin's team, one of the best offenses in the American, hitting .295 with over 350 runs scored. Both those numbers are tops. The pitching allows close to 4.5 runs per game. If they can get solid outings out of their closers here in Clearwater, there is no reason that ECU can't move on to the tournament title game for the second time in 3 seasons.
Ready to go. Brady Lloyd to lead things off. He is the designated hitter. Lloyd, 281, no homers and 3 driven in. Lloyd with a pair of walks and 4 strikeouts on the year. So Barr will look in. Our crew today, Matt Nader at first base, David Condon at second, Harry Greer at third, Brandon Cooper, the home plate umpire. Set to go at 2:09 with a swing and a miss, 0-1. Again, Lloyd a .324 on base percentage with those 2 walks to go along with his 9 base hits so far this season. Really not going to play him to bunt much. They're normal depth in the infield. Quick ground ball to short. Bo's been over to first in time as Lloyd really gets down the line quickly, and there's 1 away.
One thing you want to do if you're Jason Barr, come out, throw strikes, let your defense take care of everything behind you. ECU uncharacteristically with some errors in their second game in the tournament, really cleaned it up against USF, shut out the Bulls 12-0, had a dominant pitching staff, great on defense. If they can continue that here against ECU, they'll give them a chance to play game 2 later today.
Charlie Yorgan, the second baseman, it's .347, 14 doubles. He's second on the team with Travis Watkins, 5 homers and 38 driven in. Left-hander ready, and there's a strike.
We've certainly seen a couple of players this week that would qualify for most outstanding player in the tournament. Maybe Chris Carrier for Memphis up to this point. Anthony Prado for UConn. Charlie Jorgen's name has to be up there as well. 5 for 9 with 5 runs scored and 4 RBIs.
0-1 up and out.
That's a great stat line for a weekend. He's done it in 2 games.
Absolutely. They make it tomorrow. He is going to have the inside track on that most outstanding player. 1-1. Going to be down and out.
Jorgen named to the American Conference first team. First time he has made that. Really had a fantastic season.
Wind up by Barr. Fouled him off. 2-2 here on Jorgen this year. 28 walks, 28 strikeouts, so even on his walk to strikeout ratio. Leads the club in being hit. He's been hit 10 times on the season. Kind of a dubious distinction. Great to lead a statistical category. But one likes getting hit. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Change. Wow, he blew it past him. Got him at 95 miles an hour on the gun. He went up after one high.
Let's take a look at the offering by Barr. Wow, and the junior ran it up there right by Jorgen's hot bat.
That'll bring up Travis Watkins, who is a .345 hitter of 14 doubles, 9 home runs. He's a co-leader with Spencer Brickhouse with the 9 home runs. He leads the team with 47 RBI. Starts him off down and in. Watkins 14 walks to 42 Ks on the season. And there'll be a strike on that or a half again. Watkins, the most outstanding player of the Charlottesville Regional last year at .462, 5 runs batted in. Pair of home runs, which one of those a walk-off against the regional host, Virginia, 3-run homer. Well, hard hit foul ball into the
right at his own dugout.
Yep. Think everyone's okay as they look down toward the stairwell. One, two now from Barr. Left it upstairs, couldn't get him to go after it. Watkins, 1 triple to go along with those 14 doubles and 9 home runs. Two, fouled him off.
He's worked exclusively in the fastball department from 93 to 95 miles an hour. Pretty gassed up for the beginning of a game.
Freshman against the junior, and the junior, Jason Barr. 2 quick outs. We'll see what Jake Agnos does when he gets out there. Watkins, a senior for the Pirates. High fly ball to left center field. Hamlin, Marsh are back. This one is gone. 2-out solo shot here in the first for Travis Watkins, his 10th homer, 48th RBI.
Watkins crushed that ball, got all that he wanted from Barr on a fastball, and it's over the left center field wall. First player on the team to hit double-digit home runs. Watch it go out here. Just over that yellow wall, kind of that see-through mesh.
Here's Spencer Breckhouse, the freshman with 9 homers of his own. Took a healthy cut at that one. .314, 8 doubles, 9 homers, 27 driven in.
5th home run of the year given up by Barr.
Oh, 1 up and out. Evens it up at a ball and a strike. Fouls it straight back.
Just the second home run of the tournament. Charlie Jorgen hit one earlier against UCF.
Got him up high to end the inning. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Barr struck out 2, but a 2-out solo shot by Travis Watkins will give the Pirates the 1-0 lead on the American Digital Network.
When learning creates leaders, ideas are ignited, focus gets sharper, and service connects generations. We commit our expertise to heal, to discover, and to drive our region forward to a brighter tomorrow. East Carolina University. Tomorrow starts here.
Access to traditional prosthetics for kids is challenging. At Luminous, my goal is really to give them a chance to chase their dreams and to instill confidence so that they can go after whatever they want.
De ver o sonho meu, do meu filho, sendo realizado. Isso não tem preço.
The labs at UCF were so instrumental. I couldn't be in a better place. This is where I call my home.
UCF Knights looking to jump right back on the scoreboard as they saw the Pirates get a 2-out solo home run. As we take a look at the UCF lineup, and they are the fastest in the league.
They can steal bases, they can score runs, they can hit home runs as well. They won 12-0 against USF a day ago. Hamblin, Putnam, Bozeman at the top. Marsh, the all-conference selection at cleanup. Thomas, Gellinger, and Micah, followed by Kreil and Heiser at the plate.
106 stolen bases, and that's what Jake Agnos is going to have to do. Keep him off the base pass and hold those runner in check.
Agnos, a true freshman, 2-3 on the year with a 3.61 ERA. He started 9 games and makes 6 appearances in relief. In 57 1/3 innings pitched, Agnos, 56 hits, 31 runs, 23 of them were earned. He's walked 29 and struck out 58. Jeff, opponents hitting .258 against him today. UCF's going to try and take advantage.
Luke Hamlin will lead things off. 307 home run, 34 driven in. Lefty-lefty matchup to start things off is up and in on Hamlin. 45 walks to 42 strikeouts this year. So Hamlin very disciplined up at the plate. They'll play him up at third as he takes a strike.
Agnos has started 5 of his last 6 appearances to close out the regular season. He faced UCF on April 13th, threw 4 innings in a start, 3 hits, 1 run before he was lifted. He did not factor in the decision.
1-1 up and in. Two on, offering a strike.
Hamlin, one of 5 seniors in the starting lineup today. Takes a look at the offering by Agnos right over the middle. And a very valuable senior class to UCF and its fans. They went from 8th to 1st place, from worst to first.
2-2. Grounded to Jorgen. In time to first, and there's 1 out.
Agnos looks to have some pretty good velocity as well. This one's over the plate. Can't do much with it. Jorgen picks it up on 2 hops, and he's over to first in plenty of time.
That'll bring up Eli Putnam, the senior right fielder, 321, 8 home runs, and 39 driven in. Second on the team with 16 doubles. Originally out of Feather River Community College in Quincy, California a couple of years ago. Was all conference following each season a year ago. Started in 46 games on the outfield.
Has 4 RBIs in his last 2 games in this tournament.
Swing and a miss on the pitch, a little out. Got to pull the hips out. That one looking maybe for something on the inside.
91 miles an hour. Can't catch up with the outside heat.
Agnos on the hill, a freshman. Strikes him out. Quickly, 2 away.
Now 59 strikeouts on the year for Agnos in 57 innings pitched. Said he got a little piece of that one, but it ends up in the mitt of Logan Heiser.
Agnos looks really comfortable. I know it's just 2 batters. They're pretty comfortable out there for a freshman trying to get his team to a championship as the 8 seed. Brennan Bozeman, the senior, 256, a home run, 23 driven in. Popped him up on the infield. Oregon had second, calls for it. Nearly lost to the sun, but hangs on to end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for the freshman Jake Agnos. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Played 1, and it's 1-0 Pirates on the American Digital Network.
When learning creates leaders, ideas are ignited, focus gets sharper, and service connects generations. We commit our expertise to heal, to discover, and to drive our region forward to a brighter tomorrow. East Carolina University. Tomorrow starts here.
Access to traditional prosthetics for kids is challenging. At Luminous, my goal is really to give them a chance to chase their dreams and to instill confidence so that they can go after whatever they want.
De ver o sonho meu, do meu filho, sendo realizado. Isso não tem preço.
The labs at UCF were so instrumental. I couldn't be in a better place. This is where I call my home.
There are the Pirates, the number 8 seed in this tournament, trying to make their way through the bracket. They've done it through 2 games. Can they advance and play on Sunday? They need 1 win today. They would, at least Cliff Godwin, I know, would like to not have to force the second game. Would like to finish it off right here.
It was just 2 seasons ago, ECU beat Connecticut in the semifinals 4-2 and advanced to the title game. They took home the 2015 championship and boat raced Houston 9-1.
Here's Eric Tyler, the third baseman, 342, 6 homers and 38 driven in. Gonna get a 2-out solo shot by Travis Watkins an inning ago to get on the board first. Barr's first pitch is gonna be down low. Barr Jr. again, just his 5th start of the season, mainly utilized as a reliever, his 23rd appearance. 1-0 is a strike on the slider. Drops it down to 81 that time. Same result. Tyler down to 1-2.
Take a look at Barr's offering. Pretty pitch on the outside corner.
1-2, trying to run it inside, and Tyler will stay alive.
East Carolina with very nice numbers in this tournament the last 3 years. They are 6-2 since entering the conference in 2015. This year they beat UCF 14-3 and knocked out USF 6-5. Had to come back to win that one. You saw the highlights in the open.
1-2 up and out. He's come back to even it up.
Kirk Morgan with that suicide squeeze to win it. We might see him pitch in the game if they have to go 2 today.
2-2 to delivery. Called strike 3. Tyler knew it as he started to walk straight back to the dugout.
Since giving up the home run, 2 strikeouts in a row. Brickhouse, then Tyler. That's a good way to start the inning. for Jason Barr.
He struck out 3 of the last 4, just that home run in between. Here is Turner Brown. Sophomore shortstop, 267, a pair of home runs and 31 driven in. Big swing and a miss for Brown. Played 60 games last year, started 58, hit 281. Cliff Godwin coaching third base as usual. Again, had to be really happy. Punched the right buttons at the bottom of the ninth the other night against USF. And let's say it wasn't as if East Carolina was kind of nipping at their heels. Popped it up at home plate. Gallagher racing in from third, calls everyone off and makes the catch, running it along the first base foul line. Nice effort by Gallagher. He had the best view of it.
Really a mile high. All day long we've been without clouds. He comes over and makes it just in front of the first base line.
But again, going back to the other night, it's not as if East Carolina was nipping at USF's heels the whole game. USF pitching was dominating that game. I believe, memory serves me correct, ECU had 3 hits going into that final inning. But they got the hits they needed in that ninth. And then the squeeze play after taking pitch number 1 had everyone kind of laying back. 0-1 quickly on Dwayne Williams Sutton. 292 for the sophomore left fielder. 7 homers and 16 driven in. Skips in the dirt now, 1-1.
ECU was down 5-3, and then from the 6th, 7th, and 8th, they didn't score any runs. 3 innings scoreless, and then 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th to win it.
Upstairs, and USF just couldn't recover yesterday as the Knights jumped all over them.
Matt Bridges ended up winning that game. He was the 5th pitcher in relief for ECU. Each of those guys did just enough to deliver the victory.
2-1 strike called to the outer half. Up and in, and that caught William Sutton in the left wrist.
Barr hits a batter for just the 3rd time this year, but with all that velocity, you have earned yourself a spot on first base.
William Sutton still trying to rotate that wrist, trying to get the feeling back of the hand.
I'll watch this one come in. Got underneath his bat, pounded him on that right wrist. I'll make it the left one, but holding the bottom of the barrel of the bat. There's Coach Lovelady, the American Coach of the Year. And he had come out maybe with a word or two for his starting pitcher, who has 2 outs in the inning and 1 on.
Cliff Godwin's going to come all the way from third base coach's box, the head coach for the ECU Pirates, to check on his left fielder. Says he's okay. Looks like he, again, just trying to get the feeling back in that left hand. And we'll be ready to go as soon as Coach Godwin makes it back over to third. And it will be Drew Henriksen, the right fielder. 263 this year, no homers. He's driven in 6. Ground ball up the middle. On the run, Micah makes the play over to first in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. On the bottom of the 2nd inning. The 1-0 Pirate lead on the American Digital Network.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
Access to traditional prosthetics for kids is challenging. At Luminous, my goal is really to give them a chance to chase their dreams and to instill confidence so that they can go after whatever they want.
De ver o sonho meu, do meu filho, sendo realizado. Isso não tem preço.
The labs at UCF were so instrumental. I couldn't be in a better place. This is where I call my home.
Nice breeze. Still warm out here, though, but it'll keep you a little cool if you can find some shade out here. There's plenty of areas to find some shade. That gentleman has the right idea. Find a cool beverage. Take in some baseball.
Sean Taylor jersey. Rest in peace. One of the best players in college football. Transitioned to be a Redskin. Quiet baseball game so far. ECU with the 1-0 lead. They're back out on defense.
Cal Marsh is sophomore, left fielder, 315, 6 homers and 51 driven in. This last year due to injury, 2 years ago, started 49 games. Also pitched a little that year, 3 games, hit 299 his freshman year. So after missing a year, has come back very well. Head of the count 1-0 against the freshman Jake Agnos. Takes ball 2 up high. Agnos retired them in order an inning ago. Ground out, a strikeout, and a pop-up. 2 balls found Jorgen, who was very active in that USF game the other night. Shows bunt, pulls it back, a 3-0 count. Marsh, 21 walks. He struck out 31 times. Strike, call of the letters. Way high that time, nowhere near close. Lead off walk. So Watts will go along with the strikeout for Agnos. First base runner for UCF. And fastest team in the league. Marsh, though, just 1 of 2 on stolen bases. And Watkins behind the plate's pretty good. He's thrown out 11 of 32.
Ryland Thomas has provided punch in the heart of UCF's lineup. Hit 300 with a team-leading 13 home runs in the regular season. 51 RBIs. Finished 7th in the league in slugging. 3rd in home runs.
Ryland with 11 doubles go along with those 13 home runs. The only knock really against Ryland, 14 walks against 82 strikeouts on the year. So you know what he's doing when he comes up. He is swinging away looking for a hit. 0-1. Takes strike 2, quickly down 0-2 with Marsh over at first.
The conference rookie position player of the year. ECU also had 2 players on the all-conference first team. As that one comes in for the strike. Eric Tyler, the third baseman, and Travis Watkins, both seniors. That makes 7 conference first teamers for Cliff Godwin since coming in 2015. And Coach was recently rewarded. July of last year, signed a 3-year contract extension. He is at ECU through 2022.
It's a good extension and a good call by ECU. He's had a lot of success there, knows how to recruit that Atlantic Seaboard, including North Carolina. Pitch out looking for the runner maybe to go. We've talked so much about the Florida schools and the Texas schools in recruiting. There's a lot of great baseball talent up in the Carolinas. You look at what obviously South Carolina, a couple national championships. program Clemson has, and now East Carolina in there with them. Some super regional appearances for ECU, and a whole lot of history for this Pirate program. And they do it locally. They've gone up in the Northeast to recruit before, but 28 NCAA appearances, 35 and 57 all time, 24 league titles, 4 times in the super regionals, and then an NAIA national title back in 1961. Facility in place, there's no doubt about that, Clark LeClaire Stadium. 2-2, and he blisters one to center, but that's going to be right to Baker. There is one away.
He hit it hard, but he was right on a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and it ends up in the hands of Baker out in center field. Pretty well positioned by his staff. That one went right over the top of second base.
Here's the guy that set the pace offensively yesterday. Has had a really nice tournament. Cam Gallagher, 294, 2 homers, 29 driven in. And yesterday showed just how disciplined of a hitter he is, the senior. I believe it was 3 hits, taking it opposite field all 3 times. So this will be a tough out for the freshman. You'd love to see a double play. UCF's hit it a 31. ECU's turned 42. First pitch, a strike. And one will just miss.
Gellinger in the tournament is 5 of 12, 2 runs scored and a walk. Went 1 for 3 previously against ECU in that 11-run loss.
One. Like they had the inner half just a little bit up on Gallagher. Marsh just 1 for 2 on stolen bases, but leaning towards second base. Not a huge lead, but he will have that lean to his right, and they'll check him this time. Freshman to the plate is low. So he's giving Gallagher a hitter's count at 3-1 with Marsh at first base. Three-one up and in. He's walked 2 in the inning, and UCF has something going.
Gellinger draws his 25th walk of the season. Now 2 on, only 1 out.
Matthew Micah, the sophomore second baseman, 282, no homers, 27 driven in. Coming off that freshman year that he started 41 games. Was once the American Player of the Week back on February 22nd. 10 multi-hit games last year and has done very well. Coming out of high school, 470th nationally by perfect game, 68th on the perfect game Florida top 100. 1-0. So Agnew struggling a little bit with some control here in the second inning. And lead off and a 1-out walk, sandwiching the line out by Ryland Thomas to center field. Still a double play gets the Pirates out of the inning. Base hit would likely tie this ball game up with Marsh at second base. Gibbs in the dirt. Nice knockdown by Watkins. Knocked it down with a mitten. He nearly got Marsh coming off the bag a little too much.
Incredible matchup between these two teams. UCF and East Carolina, top 3 in the conference in runs scored. UCF paces the league. And top 2 in hits. East Carolina with 589 coming in. UCF's right behind them with 576.
They're going to come out and meet with Agnos. They're going to not waste any time. You got a freshman on the mound again. Agnos this year, 59 innings. 9 of those have been starts, but still pretty pressure-packed situation for him to try to win this game. Not have the Knights force his second game. Trying to get his Pirates as the 8th seed to the championship game. So they'll try to get him settled down and go over the signs.
All of the relievers for East Carolina sitting in the dugout. No one in the bullpen for either team. Dan Roselle will head back to the first base dugout. Pitching coach for Coach Godwin's staff. Walked into the ballpark today before about 8:30. Said 89 degrees on the scoreboard already. Been a sunny day. Right now we're at 87. Not a cloud in the sky.
2-1. He gets up under it, left side of the infield. Shortstop Brown makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Just up under it, and that'll bring up Brian Cryle.
Well, we've seen some balls that have been hit that high today that have been an adventure for the guys in the infield. Sometimes picking up that white against the blue, not the easiest thing to do, especially when you don't track it off the bat.
First 3 days, you were dealing with the wind. The last 2 days, dealing with the high skies. It's going to end up being a great Memorial Day weekend for those coming into the Tampa Clearwater area. All the rain came through earlier this week. Down and away. Watkins keeps it out in front.
Offensive explosion yesterday for UCF. 12 runs on 11 hits, no errors. Cryle was part of it. 1 for 4 with a run scored and 3 runs driven in.
Popped him up left side. Tyler's over. Makes a catch, and that will retire the Knights. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left on base. Still a 1-0 ECU lead on the American Digital Network.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
When learning creates leaders, ideas are ignited, focus gets sharper, and service connects generations. We commit our expertise to heal, to discover, and to drive our region forward to a brighter tomorrow. East Carolina University. Tomorrow starts here.
Having some fun in the sun, and the Pirate fans having just a little bit more fun with a 1-0 lead as we move to the top half of the third. And Jake Agnos played with a little bit of fire there with a leadoff walk and a 1-out walk, but gets out of the jam. And now Jason Barr comes back. He's been good for the first 2 outs of an inning. Gave up the home run to Watkins in the first and hit Dwanye Williams-Sutton with a pair of outs. But he's doing a nice job to set things up, getting that leadoff man retired.
He faced East Carolina earlier in the year on April 14th. That was game 2 of the regular season. He only threw 2 innings in relief, 2 runs, 2 hits. Both were earned, and he had a strikeout. Did not factor in the decision. That was a game UCF won 9-4.
He's going to have 9, 1, and 2 due up. Big swing and a miss that time by Dusty Baker, the center fielder. 263, no homers, and 5 driven in.
Barr's only decision on the year, a loss, came against UConn, where he went 4+ innings. Gave up just 1 earned run, but factored in the loss in a 1-run game.
Strike taken high, 0-2 on Baker. Freshman center fielder out of Effingham High School. 2-sport athlete, 8-time letter win, 4 baseball, 4 football. They were 63-38 in his 4-year record under Brett Griffin. 0-2. Pitch comes up high again.
I'm sure that young man very thankful to his parents for shuttling him to all those games. Baseball, football, everything. Cutting the crust off his PB&J.
That's right. 1-2. Fly ball, left field. Barsh over in the corner makes the catch, and there's 1 out. So that's 3 leadoff men retired by Jason Barr. And back to the top of the order, Brady Lloyd, who grounded out short in the first. And that's an odd corner to catch a ball in. It's got that little nook back there in the corner. Seen a couple of guys play here for the first time before, Garrett, who have kind of given up on a ball toward that corner, seeing the wall but not realizing it shoots in down there at the last second. 0-1 quickly on Lloyd. One now on Brady Lloyd. Again, Lloyd 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Just his 5th start of the season.
Barr dropped that one down to about 86 miles an hour. Even in the count.
Strike 2, 1-2.
Barr listed at 6'5", 187 pounds on the UCF website. Redshirted in 14, only made an appearance in 15, and did not play all of last year.
One, two, up and in.
So in 3 seasons, his first 3, he only threw 2/3 of an inning with 1 strikeout. And now he has really flourished here. Really got some high strikeout numbers.
Off the handle.
2.68 ERA on the season for him. Again, came in with 84 strikeouts and just 53 2/3 innings pitched. Has 1 K in this game. He had 2 Ks in the first inning, had another K in the second.
2-2, swing and a miss. Heiser finishes off the strikeout. And there's 2 away. That's going to be the 4th strikeout of the game now for Jason Barr.
Barr with that plus level fastball. They set up on the outside corner. Break him with the change or the off-speed pitch. Now he'll face a .500 hitter in this tournament in Charlie Yorgan.
And here's where Barr has had his only trouble with 2 outs, and that's the 3rd straight batter that's going to reach with nobody on a 2 away. The 2nd straight inning that someone's been hit. It was William Sutton in the wrist an inning ago. Now Yorgan is hit. Watkins hit the home run at 2 outs, and he's coming to the plate.
I believe you mentioned that Yorgan leads the team in hit by pitches. Put another one on his tally, and I think that took his left foot out from under him.
Oh, the hitter half. He'll walk it off down at first. Travis Watkins hit his 10th homer of the year back in the first inning. Yorgan 8 for 8 for stolen bases. He may wait a while after getting hit in the foot. Heiser, though, only 4 of 25 and throwing runners out behind the plate. First pitch strike, 0-1 here on Travis Watkins. Dropped down to 79 miles an hour. The Johnny Bench semifinalist a year ago for a second time. He was second team all conference last season. Watkins, very good senior season. Strike two, taken on the off-speed pitch again. So he's come off speed the last two pitches. Got him to pop it up. Shallow left center field. Over from left is Marsh making the catch into center. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. Go to the bottom of the third inning. Still a 1-0 Pirate lead on the American Digital Network.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
Access to traditional prosthetics for kids is challenging. At Luminous, my goal is really to give them a chance to chase their dreams and to instill confidence so that they can go after whatever they want.
De ver o sonho meu, do meu filho, sendo realizado. Isso não tem preço.
The labs at UCF were so instrumental. I couldn't be in a better place. This is where I call my home.
Frenchie's in left field. Or you had to be really heads up the first couple days of this tournament if you're going to sit out there. That place took a beating from home runs the first 2 days, but now just a nice place to hang out, probably watching the game out there. And the kids, meanwhile, can enjoy the berm out next to the bullpen. Some Pirate fans hanging out over the bullpen in left field. Good place to let the kids run around out here while you and your friends hang out in the Tiki Hut.
Only run in this ball game is a home run by Travis Watkins, the 20th of his career, the 10th this season.
Logan Heiser, 264, 4 homers and 19 driven in. Still a 1-0 lead for the Pirates. That first inning home run standing up for ECU. Agnos got in a little bit of trouble an inning ago with a leadoff walk and a 1-out walk. So he had first and second with one away. We got Micah and Crowell both to pop up on the infield. 0-1 to Heiser. This is upstairs to even things up. Swing and a miss at 88 miles an hour. And the 1-2. Yeah, for the most part, he stayed up and away from Heiser so far. Gunley off the high fastball. She brought a change, dropped it down to 83. Gunley off of it, and there's one away, and that's going to be the second strikeout now by Agnos.
That'll flip the lineup over. Unhappy with his performance, though. Heiser will strike out.
Top of the order, Luke Hamlin, who grounded out in the first inning. 307, a home run, 34 driven in. Well, after Agnos walked up here an inning ago, he's coming right back into the strike zone. Off speed, nice breaking ball called strike.
These two teams very familiar with each other. Their days in the American, the Conference USA, all before that. All-time record, ECU leads now 30-13 over UCF, including that 14-3 win to open this tournament.
Drops one to center, but it's going to be in the glove of Baker. So 2 up, 2 down. That's 4 in a row since the one-out walk issued to Cam Gellinger an inning ago.
Wasn't too long ago, Jeff. These teams were playing each other in the Conference USA tournament over in Pearl, Mississippi.
The Double-A home of the Braves, the Mississippi Braves. Nice ballpark down there in Pearl. Slow roll to the right side. Backhanded little shovel pass by Jorgen. Not in time, so it'll be an infield single for Eli Putnam. Slow it ball, and Agnos couldn't make a play on it.
Putnam, the right fielder's got very good speed down the line. Recognizes and explodes out of the box. Great effort there by Jorgen. Just couldn't get there quite in time. There's the first hit of the ball game.
Brennan Bozeman popped up the second in the first inning. Bozeman 256, a home run, 23 driven in. And once they first met, talking about going back to their Conference USA days, UCF was getting near the end of the Bergman era into the Rooney era, and East Carolina was really rolling at that point. Putnam with 16 stolen bases this year. They're going to try to hold this run game in check. Again, Watkins has thrown out 11 of 32. This is really where UCF can bother a pitcher. Get so wrapped up in the runners, you lose your focus on the hitters. That one fouled off. Getting in this lineup today, they've got 3 players of double-digit stolen bases, another 2 in Bozeman and Thomas sitting at 9. So by the end of the regionals, likely they're going to have 5 guys of double-digit stolen bases. Here goes the runner. Flies into center. Here comes Baker, a late jump, but he is going to catch up with it to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on base. We have played 3 complete. Pirates continue to lead it 1-0 on the American Digital Network.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
When learning creates leaders, ideas are ignited, focus gets sharper, and service connects generations. We commit our expertise to heal, to discover, and to drive our region forward to a brighter tomorrow. East Carolina University. Tomorrow starts here.
Now the Knights down early. Going to the 4th inning, a 1-0 Pirate lead. So the home run by Travis Watkins standing up. It'll be 4, 5, and 6. Brickhouse, Tyler, and Brown due up.
Brickhouse entered the tournament hitting .315. He was the team co-leader in home runs. Had a couple of games earlier this year against College of Charleston and Memphis, where he hit 2 home runs.
Outside of Brickhouse, who struck out swinging in the first. 314, 9 homers, and 27 driven in. So again, Barr has retired the first 2 Pirates in each inning, but it's been that third one he's had a little trouble with. Home run, hit batter, hit batter. Fouled it off again.
We told you that Barr kind of started off the year as a regular starter for them against Siena, Manhattan, Stony Brook, and Central Michigan. He went 4 or more innings in starts. He hasn't had 4 or more innings pitched in a ball game since a month ago against UConn. He's done it just 5 times on the year. You'd expect him, though, to stretch out the arm a little bit in today's game, try and give UCF everything he's got to get him to game 2 today.
He's looked good so far. Just the one mistake. Then fouled off to the left side.
Looks like he pitched in every series in American Conference play. Got in against some big names in the non-conference, too.
Yet another foul ball by Brickhouse.
Pitched at Miami. And again, some of those early season matchups.
The 3-2, he rips that one. First one he's pulled. Shot everything else foul off to the left side, but turned on that pitch inside.
All the Florida schools have such a natural advantage over the northern schools. UCF, USF, Florida, Florida State, Miami. Oh, you want to come play in our preseason tournament? Sure. It's going to be 85. Don't even bring a jacket.
3-2. He flies it into left center field. Long way to go for Hamlin. This one is back, and this one is gone. An opposite field home run. Spencer Brickhouse, 10th home run, 28th RBI. Watkins took the lead briefly with his 10th, and now here comes Brickhouse to tie him up again.
Got a pitch to hit and drove it. Brickhouse really powerful up there at the plate. Gives his team a 2-0 lead and brings the Pirates fans to their feet. Just the 6th home run Barr's given up all year. Outside part of the plate, Jeff, and he still drove it about 385 feet away.
And Hamlin lost the battle with the wall, and he's up and okay, by the way, but he went into it pretty tough. Here's a base hit to left field by Eric Tyler, and now the Pirate offense looks like it's starting to heat up. 2 well-hit balls. We'll see if they want to challenge Barr any with Tyler at first base. He has 6 steals, and again, Heiser only 4 out of 25 this year.
Turner Brown had a nice day against UCF in the opener. 1 for 3, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. They walked him twice.
Right, taking to that or half.
I don't know if that's Clark Kent opening up the sport code or if he's just highlighting East Carolina across his chest. Doesn't matter. His fans proud of him right now.
Popped him up in right field. Putnam with the first out of the inning as he hauls it in, and Brown has retired to bring up Dwanye Williams-Sutton, who was hit in the left wrist upper hand back in the 2nd inning.
Well, East Carolina's done their job. They've been patient enough at the plate. They've had base runners all 4 innings and have taken a 2-0 lead. Williams-Sutton got on base the hard way, though. Took a fastball to the arm.
So Tyler now at first. There's 1 out. Didn't put him in motion during Brown's at-bat. See what they do with Williams-Sutton now at the plate. At a huge lead. He'll get back to first. Inside on Williams-Sutton. 292, 7 over, 16 driven in.
Came into today in the tournament in 2 games, hitting 4 for 8, a couple of RBIs and a run scored.
And in the count, 1-0. Took a healthy cut at that one and just caught a piece of it. Back to first. And again, Tyler back in easily. Off speed strike called on the inside.
William Sutton will watch that one cruise by. Count goes to 1-2.
Swing and a miss, got him. Big out there for Barr.
Take a look at the 5th strikeout of the game for Barr. Elevates it a little bit. William Sutton cannot drive it anywhere.
So that keeps Tyler at first. Now there's 2 away. Remember the leadoff home run by Brickhouse. Then Tyler followed with a base hit, but he's retired Brown and William Sutton. Now Hendrickson grounded to second. Yeah, they've not put Tyler in motion yet. They'll need something with 2 outs here from Hendrickson to keep the inning alive. He'll take a ball on the outside. 263, no homers, and 6 driven in.
Came into the day 2 of 6 with 2 runs scored in the tournament.
Popped him up behind home plate.
Got to find it.
Heiser falling backwards, hangs on. Nice job. One run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Spencer Brickhouse, 10th home run of the year, makes it 2-0 Pirates on the American Digital Network.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
Access to traditional prosthetics for kids is challenging. At Luminous, my goal is really to give them a chance to chase their dreams and to instill confidence so that they can go after whatever they want.
De ver o sonho meu, do meu filho, sendo realizado. Isso não tem preço.
The labs at UCF were so instrumental. I couldn't be in a better place. This is where I call my home.
2-0 Pirates. Couple of solo home runs for ECU today. Watkins and Brickhouse now both with 10, and they're trying to get to that game tomorrow with the Houston Cougars, who came through the winners bracket with 3 straight wins. Now the Pirates trying to do the same thing.
11 games. The higher seeded team has won 8 times. 2 of those victories, well, those belong to ECU. So three losses with the low-seeded team. ECU's claimed a pair of them, and they have just been so good, even as an 8 seed in this tournament. Looking very good so far with the 2-run lead against UCF.
Agnos, the only time he was in any real trouble was the second. Gave up the leadoff walk to Marsh, a 1-out walk to Gellinger, but got a couple of pop-ups. Gave up a 2-out single an inning ago when no damage is done. 4, 5, and 6, Marsh, Thomas, and Gellinger do up here in the bottom of the 4th. Pair of walks and a pair of strikeouts so far for Agnos. Wino fouled off out of play. Roll it over to the Pirate dugout. Left it down and out on Marsh. Marsh again drew the walk back in the second. For Marsh's 22nd walk of the year to go along with 31 strikeouts. A .386 on base percentage this year. Line drive, diving to his right is Brown to make the play.
Nice play by the sophomore shortstop, Turner Brown. That ball was on him in a hurry. Flies off the bat. And he's there, diving to his right to make the out.
Ryland Thomas hit the ball hard. He lined out to center in the second inning. 313 homers, 52 driven in. Swing and a miss.
The rookie position of player of the year in the American. Good power numbers. Batting average right at 300.
Up and out. That's pitch number 50 here for Agnos.
East Carolina trying to go into the championship game undefeated as the 8th seed. UConn in 2013, in the final year of the Big East tournament here, went undefeated as the 8th seed. They knocked out Louisville, USF, and Rutgers, and then sent Notre Dame out of the conference 8-1 in the championship game.
Up and in will miss.
Just pointing out, it's fairly rare that an 8th seed is going to make the tournament title game, much less go undefeated. What ECU is trying to do is pretty impressive.
They would like to get, I wouldn't say revenge, but like to at least get something against Houston if they are able to make that championship. And the sweep that Houston put on East Carolina earlier this year wasn't close. Outscored 34-10.
Just the 15th walk taken of the year by Ryland Thomas. He'll trot down to first base.
Third walk of the day by Agnos, and here is Cam Gallagher, who walked in the second. Again, who's been very good this weekend. 294, pair of homers, 29 driven in, and now Ryland Thomas, with 9 stolen bases, stands on first. Lefty-lefty matchup. There's a strike on the outer half. A double play would get him out of the inning. One ground ball to first. He'll step on it. Goes to second. Unable to get back.
Another nice play by Turner Brown at second base to keep that ball from going into left field. But the hot shot over at first, handled by Spencer Brickhouse, is the second out of the inning.
Even had he stayed on the bag, would have been safe. Had to make that tag play once he stepped on the bag to eliminate Gallagher. Here's Matthew Bike with a runner in scoring position. It's the second runner they've had in scoring position. Marsh was at second with one out in the second base in the second inning. So now they'll need something with 2 outs here from Matthew Bike. 282, no homers, 27 driven in. He does have 11 doubles. Diving to his right, and another tremendous play by Brown. That will win the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. And it's the shortstop, Turner Brown, putting on a Gold Glove show. 2-0 Pirates.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
When learning creates leaders, ideas are ignited, focus gets sharper, and service connects generations. We commit our expertise to heal, to discover, and to drive our region forward to a brighter tomorrow. East Carolina University. Tomorrow starts here.
The Pirates leading at 2-0, and they'll be ready to hit again. They've had a pair of solo home runs. Then on the other side, been Turner Brown with the glove helping out his team. And, oh, by the way, don't forget Brickhouse made that nice play over at first.
Dusty Baker set to come to the plate. And it looks like we have the new pitcher into the ball game for UCF.
Be Bryce Tucker.
So Tucker will come into the ball game, and that will be in relief of Jason Barr. Got off to a pretty good start. Numbers for Bryce Tucker on the year. This will be his 26th appearance, all 25 previous in relief. 2-2 with a 1.91 ERA. In 33 innings pitched, he has given up 17 hits, 8 runs, 7 were earned, 9 walks, and 52 strikeouts in 33 innings. Opponents are only hitting 150 against him, and you look at Bryce Tucker, the leader out of the bullpen with 9 saves.
I think Jason Barr was solid today. Just made the 2 mistakes. 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks. He struck out 5. Get a 2-out solo homer and lead off home run by Spencer Brickhouse. Only 2 runs that have scored so far. But UCF, again, you're coming through the losers bracket. Cannot let the lead get too far away. And don't want to let Barr go too long. They want to keep this thing at 2-0 to give themselves a chance. Because we're now starting to get not just in the middle part of this, but we'll soon be in the back half of this ballgame.
Bringing in your closer, you know, it shows how valuable this is to head coach Lovelady and how much he wants to make it to the championship game.
And Cliff Godwin's going to counter with a pinch hitter. Looks like Wes Phillips is going to hit.
So your starting center fielder out of the game now in the 5th.
So the chess match begins between Greg Lovelady and Cliff Godwin. Phillips fouls one off, back to the right. 271, no homers, 11 driven in. It's his 40th game. He's made 23 starts on the year. Phillips does have 6 doubles, 9 walks, 17 strikeouts on the year.
Phillips was the center fielder and went 0 for 1 in the game against USF.
One. Tucker, the left-hander. Off speed, up and out. Now he works a 3-1 count.
Tucker with good size, a 6'3" sophomore and Florida native.
Phillips reaches. He has 3 steals on the season. And he'll flip it to the top of the order. There's a strike caught on the inside. It'll be a full count. Just caught the inner portion. Draws the walk. A leadoff walk for Phillips, the pinch hitter, now back to the top of the order.
That'll set the table for Brady Lloyd. Earlier in the year, Tucker faced East Carolina through 3 innings of relief and ended up coming away with his first win of the season. ECU won that game 8-7.
They had Tyler at first an inning ago, never attempted a steal. We'll see what they do with Phillips again. He's 3 for 6 on stolen bases. Left-handed pitcher will make it a little difficult, though. They squared a bunt. It's up and in. That caught him on the hand. So now you've got first and second with nobody out. Jorgen coming to the plate. A .347 hitter with some power in his bat. However, this situation, they may ask Jorgen to bunt these guys to second and third.
Back-to-back batters with a free pass, and we are nice and tight here. That one came in and got his right hand. I think the sacrifice is in order for Jorgen, the left-hander.
He has 2 already this year, 27 sack bunts on the season for the Pirates. Then give it up to the heart of the order, and Watkins, Brickhouse, and Tyler. Shows bunt, brings it back, ball high.
ECU was swept during the regular season by UCF, but they did have some series wins in American play. They beat Cincinnati, Tulane, and Memphis. They won 3 of their final 5 conference series.
Gets the bunt down. That will advance the runner. 1-4 sacrifice. 2 runners in scoring position for Watkins, then Brickhouse.
Solid fielding there by UCF. Tucker had just come into the game, gets the opportunity, and fires a strike to first base.
So Watkins comes up early in the game. Nobody on and 2 away, and drives out in left center field to give the Pirates the lead. They would add that home run by Brickhouse in the 4th. And now if he comes through with a base hit here, he can give the Pirates just a little bit of breathing room. Not over by any stretch of the imagination. Not with UCF's offense. Comes down and in. 1-0 on Watkins, who is 1 for 2. He's also flown out to left. 345, 10 homers, and 48 driven in.
With that solo home run, 5 RBIs in the tournament.
Right now he's concerned about maybe getting a fly ball and getting that 3rd run in, or maybe a ground ball up the middle. Just foul. That would have cleared the bases.
Correct call by the third base umpire, Harry Greer. Gets into it. And that'll be in the green on the wrong side of the chalk. So now 2 players with double-digit home runs for East Carolina in their lineup.
One fouls it off to the right side. That'll get out of play. 1-2. Watkins will have the battle now. You're not liking for too much to score a run, a ground ball, a shorter second, or a fly ball. Midway in the outfield will have a chance to score Wes Phillips in from 3rd. Again, the pinch hitter comes in and draws the leadoff walk before they hit Brady Lloyd. Great sack by Jorgen for the first out, and here we are. Base hit could double the lead. Floats it. And in the glove, great play over the shoulder by Thomas at first. Soft liner on the foul ball, and Thomas got an incredible jump on that.
Watkins retired for the 2nd time in a row after hitting that home run in the 1st. Pretty athletic play by the big first baseman, Ryland Thomas.
Spencer Brickhouse, last time he got to the plate, he led off the fourth, went opposite field out to left center field, and the fans have moved back over there. He also struck out in the third. I think he'll hit another opposite field shot right to us. Swing and a miss, 91 miles an hour.
56 home runs on the year for the ECU offense in 58 games. That's not really their MO. They've been able to spread out the batting average. 4 different guys hitting over 300. They've got 6 different guys with 5 homers or more.
Just missed on the outer half.
92 miles an hour.
Leading off an inning ago. Took one a little down and away. And put it up on that berm.
2 of the 3 hits for ECU have been home runs.
Down low, Eric Tyler on deck if Brickhouse reaches. Tyler had a base hit an inning ago after going down looking in the second. Brickhouse again, 314, 10 homers, 28 driven in. Slugging .511 this year. He also has 8 doubles and a triple. Strike 2 taken.
Bryce Tucker last year went 1-2 with an ERA over 5. He has been much better this year in relief. 2-2 and has cut 2.5 runs off his ERA down to 191 coming in. Pretty big jump from year 1 to year 2 for him.
Absolutely. Trying to keep it close here. Trying to keep it a 2-run game. They're not holding Phillips on. He's about 30 feet down the line at third base. They have a little bit of a shift on to the right side with Gellinger playing where Bozeman went at short. Now Bozeman's going directly behind the bag. I wouldn't so much worry about a pick throw because no one's over there, but for Phillips, if Tucker came off the rubber, he could run right at him. He's so far down the line. Just be a foot race. It won't matter. Called strike 3 to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Big pitch by Tucker to get out of trouble. We're halfway through this game. Still 2-0 Pirates on the American Digital Network.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
Access to traditional prosthetics for kids is challenging. At Luminous, my goal is really to give them a chance to chase their dreams and to instill confidence so that they can go after whatever they want.
De ver o sonho meu, do meu filho, sendo realizado. Isso não tem preço.
The labs at UCF were so instrumental. I couldn't be in a better place. This is where I call my home.
Afternoon of baseball here in Clearwater, Florida, as they see their Pirates leading it 2-0. As East Carolina, by the way, just sent some guys out to the bullpen just in case. Now we're getting the back half of the game, and the Knights fans hoping for a rally.
UCF now 40-19 on the season. They eliminated the USF Bulls from this tournament yesterday in a 12-0 shutout. They've picked up 2 wins in the tournament since losing 14-3 against ECU in the opener.
It'll be Cryle, Heiser, Hamlin, 8-9-1 in the UCF order.
Central Florida currently the highest rated American team in the RPI at number 20. A couple of RPI and regional projections showed the Knights 1 going to Gainesville as the 2 in the Florida regional. And also going to Winston-Salem in the Wake Forest Regional. Like to stay as far away from the Gators as possible. They're going to be a national seed.
1-0 inside. I know no one's going to be real picky. It's always an honor to go to the NCAA. But I would say as a player, I know as a broadcaster, just in general, you like to go to places you haven't been. So not sure they've been up to Wake Forest the last few years.
You know, unless you're going to send me out to Palo Alto, and that's not the worst place in the world to be, at the Stanford Regional. Don't make me travel 6 hours across the country. Winston-Salem sounds fine.
Pitch number 60 coming up to Ryan Kreil. That'll miss. 3-1. Hitters count to the designated hitter.
East Carolina came into the day rated number 75 in the RPI, the 8th seed in this tournament. All 4 of the remaining schools in this bracket, or at least going into the day, had a strength of schedule in the top 50. That talks about the strength of the conference.
Talked about them being a dangerous 8 seed. You don't see a lot of 8 seeds with a top 75 RPI.
If they can hold on, of course, they would get a quality win, RPI bump for taking down UCF. Houston's right behind UCF. They're number 21 in the country.
3-2 left to the left field. William Sutton onto the track to make the catch.
And the University of South Florida ranked number 22. So UCF, Houston, USF all in a row, 20-22 in the RPI as of this morning.
Logan Heiser, the catcher, struck out in the 3rd inning, 0 for 1. Heiser 264, has 4 home runs, 19 driven in. Made that nice grab at home plate earlier, looking into the sun, showed bunt, pulled it back. So when he retired, Drew Henriksen back in the 4th to end the inning. Gets into one here to left center field. William Sutton is back, leaps, makes the catch. What a play, Dwayne William Sutton.
That ball exploded off the bat, but William Sutton had a beat on it. That's one of the best plays you'll see. Makes the 2nd out of the inning. Jumped that and timed it perfectly.
Off the bat, I thought that was a double all the way, but
he's retired both balls out there this inning.
Luke Hamlin is 0 for 2, grounded to second, flew out to center. I mean, give credit to both. Agnos is pitching well, and he's gotten some help from his defense today.
That could certainly extend him in this ball game, and if you can keep the freshman out there, you'll have that much more pitching tomorrow in the championship game should you qualify.
0-1, strike 2 on the outside.
Drop that down to 76 miles an hour. Hamlin, the senior, 0 for 2 today, has seen the average drop just above 300 on the year.
Fouls it out of play.
Changing speeds, a big difference there from 76 up to 91 on that last fastball.
5, 6, and 7, Tyler Brown and William Sutton will come to the plate in the 6th for ECU. 0-2, check swing. He did go around. That'll end the inning. 3rd strikeout today for Agnos. And he's retired 5 straight. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Dwayne William Sutton, a great catch in left field. 2-0 Pirates on the American Digital Network.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
When learning creates leaders, Ideas are ignited, focus gets sharper, and service connects generations. We commit our expertise to heal, to discover, and to drive our region forward to a brighter tomorrow. East Carolina University. Tomorrow starts here.
2-0 Pirates here in the 6th inning. Seen some really good pitching, some great defensive plays, and some timely hitting. We've had everything you'd want to in a semifinal game here today as the Houston Cougars back at the team hotel, I imagine. Probably some Cougar coaches out here watching this ball game, and they wait for the winner of this semifinal contest.
Well, I'm sure they'd like to see ECU get extended into a second game. And, you know, if you're Greg Lovelady and you saw that a freshman in Agnos was going to be throwing against you here in this game, you must have thought, hey, we've already seen him once this year. We did okay against him, and they're throwing a freshman against us. We should have an okay time. Instead, he's limited them to just 1 hit through 5 innings with 3 Ks.
You mentioned, I'm sure Todd Wooding and the staff rooting for a couple of extra inning ball games, and we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Here is Eric Tyler, 1 for 2. Chopper over to third. Gellinger's got it. Quick throw to first in time.
Dangerous bat retired there on 1 pitch.
Turner Brown over 2. Popped it up to third and flew to right.
Gellinger very smooth over at third. Shades over to his left. Out of his glove and across in time.
Been impressive Gellinger this week, both in the field and at the plate. Brown popped to the third, flew out to right. 267, 2 homers, 31 driven in. Strike taken down the middle, that even up at 1-1.
Regular season champions, UCF, with 5 players on the all-conference teams. Robbie Howell, Bryce Tucker, and Eli Putnam on the first team.
1-1 fouled off.
Ryland Thomas, Matthew Micah on the second team. And, of course, the pitcher, rookie, and coach of the year awards.
Up and in.
It's funny, neither of the 2 Florida schools have been able to qualify for the championship of this tournament in its 4 years. UCF trying to become the first.
Pulled that one foul. And off the top of my head, Garrett, I believe UCF in the first 4 years of America, the first Florida team to get to the semifinals. Pool play, you had a couple of teams playing.
UCF went 2-1 that year under Terry Rooney.
Right. Popped it up. Shallow right field. Going out at second is Micah. There's 2 away. Closest to playing a championship game would have been the first year USF and Plano Prado before Memphis eliminated them in the very last game of pool play on a Saturday night. They would have played for the title.
The Bulls played here in the Big East Championship in 2012 on this field. They lost to St. John's 7-3 in the title game, and USF has not won 2 games at a conference tournament since.
Wanye Williams Sutton hit by a pitch in the hand in the second. Struck out in the fourth. Getting hit in the hand didn't hurt him at all, making that catch out in left field. Tucker, the left-hander, comes down and in to even it up at a ball and a strike. 1-1 now from Tucker. He's retired 5 straight since hitting Brady Lloyd an inning ago. In fact, remember, he put Phillips on with a walk when he pinch hit Lloyd, so he had 2-1, nobody out. Got out of the jam, and now 5 straight retired.
Tucker hit 91 on the gun on that last pitch. Trying to work it even.
Gets into this one to left field. Has a little carry, but not enough. Marsh is back in a 1-2-3 inning for Tucker. That's 6 straight retired now by the reliever. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on base to the bottom of the 6th. And it's 2-0 Pirates on the American Digital Network.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
Access to traditional prosthetics for kids is challenging. At Luminous, my goal is really to give them a chance to chase their dreams and to instill confidence so that they can go after whatever they want.
De ver o sonho meu, do meu filho, sendo realizado. Isso não tem preço.
The labs at UCF were so instrumental. I couldn't be in a better place. This is where I call my home.
Join the afternoon out in front of Frenchie's. That's a good place to hang out, watch the ball game, saddle up, and hey, they're making sure everyone's all right on the lifeguard stools in center. That's a neat little seat to be in.
Just don't get up. You're likely going to lose it. You're going to go grab a drink at Frenchie's, get like a placeholder, pay some kid $1. Hey, sit up here for 1 minute.
The Knights are going to send 2, 3, and 4 to the plate.
And the freshman, Jake Agnos, back out there. For his 6th inning of work, he's given up just 1 hit, struck out 3. Been very efficient. Throwing plenty of strikes, not too many balls.
Putnam 1 for 2. He struck out and he's singled. 68 pitches so far for Agnos. Seems very confident right now. Very calm. Putnam, 321, 16 doubles, 8 homers, and 39 runs batted in. Fastball up and away at 90 miles an hour. Three walks, 3 strikeouts in the ball game for Agnos. Fouled it off right side, out 2-1.
Putnam had a good regular season against East Carolina. 5 for 12, scored 3 runs, a couple of RBIs.
Strike 2 on the outer half.
No matter what their seat is or where they're sent, your thoughts on UCF's chances in an NCAA regional with this offense, their ability to steal bases, and the starting pitching they're going to roll out against anybody.
They've got a chance. They get a good 2 seed somewhere depending on the matchups. They've got a chance to make a super. High fly ball to right field. That's going back and at the wall. Did he hang on to it? What a play. Henriksen. He says, hey, Duanye, check this one out.
I thought this ball had just enough carry to leave the ballpark in right. Went oppo field with it. Great job by Henriksen tracking it down and never giving up on it over the top of the green wall.
We have seen some outstanding defensive plays in this ball game. Brennan Bozeman over 2. But going back to your point, with all 3 aspects of this UCF team, even against good pitching, their offense is going to be good enough to get them some runs. And behind Hal and the other guys, oh yeah, they can definitely make it through a regional. Now, of course, regionals and seedings, just like the basketball tournament, seedings are great, but it really depends on your matchups. Goes after one high out of the zone. And again, battling the sun this time. Hendrickson can't come up with it. He was looking into the sun when he made that great catch, and this time he just lost it. Boy, we've seen that a few times from a lot of players so far today with the high skies.
Unfortunate for Hendrickson. In 47 games this year, that's just the second error he's made out there. And that'll put a runner in scoring position.
Nearly came up with it, but just when he lost it was a little bit back to his right. He put the glove back there. He saw it at the last second, but it was too late to make that reaction. And now here is Kyle Marsh, and all of a sudden they got a chance to tie this thing up, at least get on the board. 315, 6 homers, 51 driven in. You never know when a little thing like that could turn the momentum. Hits it well to right field. That's going to send him back at the wall. He makes another tremendous catch up against the wall. And the runner comes around too far. They've got him. What a double play. Tremendous play by Hendrickson in right field. And it was Bozeman going around third too long, and they double him up. Hendrickson getting mobbed as he goes back to the dugout for good reason. A second play. Pirates keep their 2-0 lead on the American Digital Network.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
When learning creates leaders, ideas are ignited, focus gets sharper, and service connects generations. We commit our expertise to heal, to discover, and to drive our region forward to a brighter tomorrow. East Carolina University. Tomorrow starts here.
Well, they're cleaning up Brennan Bozeman. He either caught the bag or on the immediate dive back in the third kind of face planted into the ground. So they'll clean up. I had a little blood coming off the field. There was no argument from UCF. They came out to take care of him. That's why they had come out of the dugout, not to argue the play. So he was just trying to get around third. He thought the throw had gotten away. Let's take a look at that play. First by Hendrickson, his second play up against the wall.
Strong throw into the cutoff man and a big turn at third by Bozeman. Tag's going to be applied. I think he ran into the knee of Tyler. Oh, gosh. So that's your starting shortstop right now. Gellinger is taking reps at shortstop in the field. We'll see if we can get him out back on the field or if he's done for the day.
I think he's going to play. They've got the cotton stuff up the nose. He's going to get a new jersey. So they're just getting a clean jersey for him, and he's going to come back out. We'll see what number he's going to end up putting on. It's going to be Hal's jersey. That's not a bad jersey to have. Just put on the pitcher of the year's jersey and go out there and see what I can do.
Howell, of course, 10-0 after winning his tournament game 2 games ago. But that's the kind of effort that you like to see out of these players in a postseason environment like Clearwater.
He either got tagged in the face, either his hand hit it, or that batting helmet came over. Whatever it is, it opened the faucet. It doesn't take much for the nose to bleed. It's like getting a little cut on the head. You see some people, especially in basketball, catch an elbow in the head, and a lot of blood ends up being just a very small cut, but it does bleed a lot. Here's another look.
I don't want to look.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he hit him on the knee. Good call, Garrett.
Well, it's a little different from basketball. I don't know why he needs to take the jersey off, wear it as a badge of pride. Not going to be a lot of body contact between you and other players, but he'll stick around in the game. Play shortstop, and Gellinger will go back over to third. He was warming up at short just in case.
I've had a busted nose right ahead of the cotton up the nose, and the most awkward thing is you just start thinking about, remember to breathe out of your mouth and don't blow the cotton out of your nose.
Bottom of the order coming up for ECU. They lead it 2-0 on 3 hits.
Hendrickson, Phillips, and Lloyd. They'll play in at third with Gellinger. Bozeman playing up the middle. Hendrickson is over 2. Grounded to second and pops up to Heiser, who made that really nice play behind the plate with the sun in his eyes. That one is shot foul over to the left side.
Since Tucker came into the game in the 5th, he's yet to give up a hit. Has a strikeout, also a walk and a hit batter. If you're Hendrickson going to the plate, Jeff, you got to tell yourself to settle down a little bit. You just made 2 Gold Star plays in right field. You just can't be that keyed up facing a guy like Tucker.
With his speed, if I'm so amped up, I would have laid down the bunt because I felt like I got the turbo boost down to first base. And he just had to play in all 3 outs of that inning. He's got 2 putouts and an assist within that inning.
91 miles an hour there by Tucker.
2-2. Down and out. Only 2 innings ago, they had a golden opportunity with first and second, nobody out. One of the runners over. They couldn't get another run in. Fouled it out of play. Almost caught a seagull on that one.
We've certainly seen some talented players come through for UCF over the years. The Dylan Moores, Jamarcus Woods, Tommy Williams. How about Eric Barber? Gellinger was on a pretty good team as a sophomore 2 years ago. Cree Finfrock on that team.
Cree out this week. Not sure what his status would be for a return next year.
Wes Phillips talking with his head coach, Cliff Godwin.
Redshirt sophomore, so he'll be good to go. Wes Phillips came in a pinch hit in the 5th and drew the walk. Ended up being stranded at third base. Showing bunt early. Throw it to first. They had Gellinger charging in at third. Shows bunt again, and it's high, and it's 1-0. Phillips bunts him up. He's got the top of the order, and Lloyd and Jorgen. Strike taken on the inside. Didn't like that one. One thing about bunting, just because of the strike doesn't mean you have to try to lay it down. The last thing you want to do is try to bunt one that's inside or a little outside, get the bat up under, pop it up.
Wants to move him over, make sure and put it on the right side. Don't give Gellinger a good angle to throw up to second. Great coverage all week. Wonderful replays and sparkling video by the American Digital Network. Shout out to all our viewers on Cox Sports. Simulcast as well. Phillips at the bottom of the order, trying to move the runner over.
Popped him up, out of play. Got the handle a little bit too far under the barrel that time and angled it up. Well, that was an adventuresome inning for not Phillips, but Hendrickson over at first. Not only did they have a play in all 3 outs, had that ball fall in next to him. There you go. The day is complete for him. Pulls it back and fouls it straight back. Still 1-2 on Wes Phillips. Phillips, one of the regulars. Again, it's his 40th game. He's had 23 starts. 271, no homers, 11 driven in. He does have 6 doubles on the season. And Hendrickson over at first, 0 for 2 on stolen bases.
25 sacrifice bunts on the year.
Showed it, rolled it to short, maybe 2. They'll put the second for 1, over to first. Not in time. Phillips replaces Hendrickson at first base.
Pretty disciplined team, and Phillips pulls it back, puts it on the right side of the infield, so he's not cut down. Over at first.
Once he pulled it back, not able to really get a full swing on that one, just rolled it off the handle. Top of the order, Brady Lloyd, who's over 2. Grounded a short, struck out, and he's been hit by a pitch. Tucker now up over 40 pitches as they'll throw back to first. Phillips is 3 of 6 on the base paths. ECU this year 55 of 81 as a team.
Tucker, the lefty, does have 2 pickoffs on the year. Not a very aggressive lead at first.
Flies it into center. Hamlin with the second out. Charlie Jorgen 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He's been hit. He's laid down a sacrifice bunt today.
Jorgen already with a home run in this tournament. He's 5 for 10 with 4 RBIs. A little breathing room would be nice for the Pirates and their fans.
They thought back in the 5th they may get a little bit. But they came in and Tucker retired him 3 in a row after putting the first 2 men on. Tired 6 straight till they walked Hendrickson to lead the inning off. Off speed, swing and a miss.
See the offering by Tucker well out in front of that one.
5, 6, and 7. Thomas Gellinger and Micah do up in the bottom of the 7th for UCF.
A victory today would put ECU 5 games over 500 and put them in the tournament title game for the 2nd time in 3 years.
0-1 will just miss. Drives to the right field. Will it fall in? It gets past him. Putnam tried to slide up under it, and the run's going to score. On the way to third is Charlie Jorgen. Costly mistake there by Putnam trying to get under the sun. Let the ball get past him, and that makes it a 3-0 Pirate lead.
First error of the ball game for UCF, and it costs him. Nice tight camera work. You can see him lose it in the sun there, and it's going to roll all the way to the track. The run will come around to score, and insurance. Just like that, it's 3-0 ECU.
Now you're going to see Travis Watkins, who hit 1 of 2 home runs today. He could really open this thing up if he gets number 2. 345, 10 homers, 47 driven in. A big cut there and tipped it. Base hit here would make it a 4-0 lead. There is Wes Phillips scoring all the way from first on that 3-base error. Down and in as Heiser turns the glove over. And Jorgen a very aggressive lead down at third. And he'll have to be leery if they sneak Gellinger in behind him on a pitch. You can see a quick throw down by Heiser. Nearing 50 pitches now for Tucker in relief. This is his third inning of work out of the bullpen.
You got 4 innings pitched out of Jason Barr. He gave up 2 runs on a pair of solo homers. Tucker's looked pretty effective as well. They only have 4 total hits in this ball game. So now Jorgen with good speed standing on third. He scored the game-winning run against USF 2 nights ago.
Hitters count at 3-1. Fouled it off, and behind him, Spencer Brickhouse hit that opposite field home run in the 4th.
I know it's tough when you have 1 home run in the game to go up for all the subsequent at-bats and not think about going yard again. But with 2 outs, you just need to put it in play.
3-2. He does just that. Base hit up the middle. That'll bring in Jorgen, and now ECU with a 4-0 advantage. Second RBI of the afternoon. Watkins now with 49 on the season.
Watkins having himself a day from the 3-hole. This one was right over the middle of the plate. He was able to clean it up into center field. And that'll bring home Jorgen easily to make it 4-0. Watkins went 3 for 5 with a couple of ribbies in the first game against UCF.
Off speed, swing and a miss by Brickhouse.
He now has 6 RBIs in the tournament, Jeff.
That is very strong. He may have gone into the overall lead. So Watkins is going to make his case, depending on what happens the rest of the weekend. Here's a fly ball in the center field. Hamlin will make the play to end the inning, but the Pirates get 2 runs on 1 hit. There was an error. 1 left on base. 7th inning stretch time in Clearwater. Pirates double up the lead. They lead the Knights 4-0 on the American Digital Network.
When learning creates leaders, ideas are ignited, focus gets sharper, and service connects generations. We commit our expertise to heal, to discover, and to drive our region forward to a brighter tomorrow. East Carolina University. Tomorrow starts here.
Well, this afternoon, Jake Agnos has been outstanding on the mound, controlling a very potent UCF offense. But he's going to have to thank the guys behind him after this ball game.
Especially a couple of sophomores. This ball scalded off the bat. Turner Brown's able to track it down. Then Dwanye Williams-Sutton on the run hauls one in. And then this fantastic catch by Drew Hendrickson, the junior, fighting off the sun, up against the wall and takes back a home run. An extra base hit gone. And then, of course, the strong throw into the cut man and the big turn there by Bozeman. He'll be out double play that started with the right fielder.
Well, they've been great at the corners. Phelps will try to get in on the action before this ball game's over in center, but he's got good help to his left and his right. Ryland Thomas, Cam Gellinger, and Matthew Baika scheduled to come to the plate here this inning.
If they keep making plays like that in the field, Jake Agnos is not coming out of this ball game. The freshman has cruised to this point, 6 innings of one-hit ball. They do have an arm up in the pen. That's number 28, Sam Lanier, who we've already seen warming and has made an appearance in the American tournament. You see the deep breath there by today's starter. And Jake Agnos in position for the victory. Got to work against the rookie position player of the year, Ryland Thomas.
Line out the center of the second. He would walk in the fourth. Thomas comes into the semifinals, 313 homers and 52 driven in. Pitch on the way is upstairs for ball. Ryland made a nice little play earlier today. That little soft liner over first base. We had 9 outs to make 4 runs. They're perfectly capable of it. But again, it seems like every time they've had an opportunity, ECU's come away with a big defensive play. Up and out, 3-0. He's walked 3. He struck out 3 today.
You saw the nice lady with the poster just a moment ago during our break. It said, "I'm the umpire's aunt and it's my birthday." Maybe Brandon Cooper's aunt. He's behind the plate today.
3-1 hitters count. Goes after that one. May have swung that ball forward. Now it's a 3-2 count.
There's Sam Lanier. Also up now, 27, Matt Bridges. Bridges got the win against USF. He was the pitcher in the game in the top of the 9th.
Fouled it out of play to the right side. Base hit through the left side. Just the second hit of the day for the Knights, and he is aboard. Second leadoff man to reach today for UCF.
That's good to see for Ryland Thomas and UCF. Hit that ball hard, left it out over the zone, and it gets into left field in a hurry. Now a base runner coming on, and Cam Gellinger, the senior, will come to the plate.
Gellinger is 0 for 1. He walked in the second, grounded to first in the fourth. Now Agnos looking for a double play. First pitch will be a strike on the outside. Again, they've turned 42 double plays this year. The Knights grounded in a 31. That unconventional double play an inning ago. High and away, 1-1.
Thomas standing on first base. Now 2 hits in his last 6 at-bats dating back to the USF game. Would be very good for UCF if he continue his hot hitting.
Outfield shaded a little bit to the left. Gellinger showed some opposite field prowess the other day. Had 3 hits to the left side. Left to just up and in. 2-1 now on Gellinger.
Offering by the freshman Agnos finishes around the letters. Through the strike zone by the letters.
Thomas with some speed. If Gellinger was to put one of the alleys. Strike 2. Evens it up 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Agnos' longest outing of the year, 7 1/3. That came against Tulane at home earlier this month.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Big strikeout there. Yeah, double play would end it. That's the 4th strikeout of the game for Agnos.
Gellinger just can't make contact with it. He'll head back to the dugout. Pretty pitch by Agnos. Kept his pitch count low. Next pitch will be number 90 here in the bottom of the 7th.
Matthew Micah, 282, no homers, 27 driven in. He's 0 for 2 today. He's popped up to short and lined out to short. .12-6 breaking ball on the inside. Gets a called strike.
Starts the 280 hitter off with an 84-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch.
Same pitch, a little bit more over the plate. 0-2. Agnos starting to give these guys a little something different to look at now. Called strike 3. He went 12-6 breaking ball in, middle, out.
Wow. 5th strikeout of the game for Agnos, and now 2 quick outs here in the 7th. Just a little bit further outside this time. No argument there by Micah.
Steely nerves of the freshman to throw the same pitch 3 times in a row. Here's Ryan Crowell over to a pop up and a fly out. Maybe taking him off, or I'm not sure if he's getting another batting glove or if they're going to throw a pinch hitter, but it looks like they are going to throw a pinch hitter up there, and it's going to be Austin Griffin. Big Austin Griffin.
Griffin, a regular starter last year. We saw him pinch hit earlier. Came in the game against USF. Went 0 for 1, but scored a run. They walked him.
Looking for his first hit this year. He's 0 for 15. 8 walks, 8 strikeouts. His 20th game. He's had 2 starts. He'll take a strike. Takes a ball down and away. Tyler Brown and Sutton. That's who 5, 6, and 7 do up for the Pirates in the top half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss with a high heat. Couldn't lay off the 88-mile-an-hour fastball. Nice dig by Watkins.
Griffin, one of 12 seniors on the team. There are now 6 seniors in the lineup now that he's been inserted. Agnos just 1 strike from getting out of the inning.
Griffin taking his time, checking out those signs down at third base. Maybe more to try to disrupt the rhythm a little bit of Agnos. Make Agnos way down on the mound. Won't matter. Swing and a miss. After a leadoff single, he strikes out the side in order. No runs. 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on base. He struck out 6 in the ball game. Still a 4-0 lead as we head to the 8th.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
When learning creates leaders, ideas are ignited, focus gets sharper, and service connects generations. We commit our expertise to heal, to discover, and to drive our region forward to a brighter tomorrow. East Carolina University. Tomorrow starts here.
Couple of innings to enjoy Frenchies if the Knights don't make a run here in the 8th inning, and I'm sure it'll be busy tomorrow for the championship game, but under the shade is the place to be, and now we'll see a new pitcher coming out for the UCF Knights.
Redshirt junior Jordan Sheffs, 6'2", 190 out of Irvine, California. 2.51 ERA, 1 win against 2 losses in 25 appearances, all in relief. Sheffs has thrown 28 2/3 innings pitched, given up just 17 hits and 11 runs, only 8 were earned. He has walked 17, and again, in 28 innings, he has struck out 38. Opponents are hitting a miserly 172 against him.
Tucker today, 3 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs, none earned, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Again, after Barr went 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks, and he struck out 5. So Sheffs will be the 3rd pitcher used today by the UCF Knights. Going to face Tyler Brown and Sutton 5, 6, and 7 in the order. He's got to hold them here. The Knights have 6 more outs to use offensively. They got 2 more innings to try to make up these 4 runs, and he's got to keep them at 4.
The offense for UCF is in a rare spot. They were shut out against Florida State back in March. This is a team that has been shut out once on the year. Right now, they've managed just 2 hits against a true freshman in Jake Agnos. They're going to have to quickly get off the hill here and get back at the plate and try and do some damage.
First pitch, a strike. Baseball, a funny sport, Garrett, because when they played in April, UCF swept, outscored them 24-11. And their offense, obviously, lost 14-3, kind of got shut down on Tuesday, but the offense blew up the last 2 days in their 2 elimination games, scored 20 runs over those 2 games. But today, manages 2 hits, swing and a miss. Tyler 1 for 3, a strikeout, a single, and a ground out. The Knights will have 9, 1, and 2 due up. Fly ball in the center. And there's 1 out. That'll bring up Turner Brown, who's 0 for 3. So they will have to go through the heart of the order of UCF one more time before the game's over. So they'll have 1 more crack at it, 1 more good crack at it.
As you mentioned, ECU was swept by Central Florida all 3 games in the regular season. If you take a look at ECU versus Houston, it was even worse. A sweep at the hands of the Cougars. They were outscored 34-10, including a 17-3 shellacking in the opener. But how effective were they against UCF in the opener here? You know, they won by 11. I don't think they're going to let the regular season dictate their results.
Maybe they like that trend against UCF. Maybe they think, oh, we got a good thing going here.
I mean, ECU is 6 outs from going to the championship game undefeated as the 8th seed. You just let that sink in.
2-0 misses down and in. And again, we've talked, this is not your prototypical 8th seed that's just not been very good this year. They were a super regional team a year ago. They've been hit with a rash of injuries. And even as the 8th seed, they're still a 31-win team this year. They're not some 8 seed coming in here with 15 wins on the year.
And an RPI of 175.
Yeah.
They're a team that's in the top 75 of the RPI and looking to make a little more noise. Coach Godwin is going to call time and talk with his slugger.
So Brown at first, Wanye Williams Sutton, the sophomore, 292, 7 home runs, 16 driven in. He's 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch. He's made an outstanding catch in left field today. Sometimes it's best, let's forego the signs. Let's make clear what I want to happen. Now you go try to execute it. Big jump with the secondary by Turner Brown, but he'll come back. Strike call. Evens it up at 1-1.
According to East Carolina's notes, they came into this tournament with an RPI of 88. It's jumped up 13 points with their last 2 wins.
Swing and a tipper to the glove. Well, the 2 wins were against very 2 quality RPI teams in the 2 Florida schools,
who are currently 21 and 22 right now. William Sutton behind in the count. Just got a piece of that last offering.
One, two, lace foul in East Carolina. Anytime you're an 8 seed, you don't catch any breaks in a tournament because you're the lowest seed. But they didn't back their way into the thing. They beat the regular season champ and the number 1 seed, and then beat the number 4 seed. So they played the 2 higher seeds they had to get through. One, two, runner goes. Called strike 3. The throw down to second. Not in time. Throw at the dirt. If that ball doesn't hit the dirt, they may have him. So Brown gets the steal. Sutton goes down. And there's a runner at second with 2 away for Drew Henriksen. Turner Brown, by the way, that's going to be his 5th steal of the season. So the first in double digits for the Pirates. 2-out RBI opportunity. Henriksen 263, no homer, 6 driven in. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Hangs back on the swing, and Harry Greer says no way. Down and in on the slider. Ground ball to second. Over to first in time, so Chefs throws a scoreless inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, a runner left on base. We got to the bottom of the 8th, still 4-0 ECU Pirates here on the American Digital Network.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
Access to traditional prosthetics for kids is challenging. At Luminous, my goal is really to give them a chance to chase their dreams and to instill confidence so that they can go after whatever they want.
De ver o sonho meu, do meu filho, sendo realizado. Isso não tem preço.
The labs at UCF were so instrumental. I couldn't be in a better place. This is where I call my home.
Well, there's your starter, Jake Agnos, and his day is done after 7 shutout innings. What a performance today by the freshman.
Well, he's going to limit them to just 2 hits over 7 innings of work today. Handful of strikeouts, didn't throw a lot of walks, and he just kept them off balance. Later on, they were able to put the bat on the ball, drove it to 2 different ends of the ballpark. He got some spectacular defensive plays at the wall that kept this a scoreless game in favor of the Pirates.
7 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. They turn it over to Tyler Smith.
Tyler Smith on the season, pretty good numbers. He's got 40 innings pitched. He's given up 41 hits. 21 runs, 18 were earned. He struck out 23 and an ERA of 4.05. He is undefeated on the year at 2-0. Wins on the season against Towson and also in conference play at Cincinnati after an inning and 2/3 of relief.
He's going to face 9-1-2 and Heiser, Hamlin, and Putnam. And again, if they retire them in order, you've got the heart of the order, Bozeman, Marsh, Thomas due up in the ninth. So they still have a tough road to go.
Smith, 6 feet tall, 199 pounds, out of Pilot Mountain, North Carolina. He is a freshman.
Heiser over 2, struck out. He lined out to left on Williams' Sutton catch back in the 5th. Smith's first pitch is a strike. Leaves it upstairs, evens it up at 1-1.
90 miles an hour on the fastball. He faced UCF twice this year on the 13th and 14th of April. 2 innings of relief, gave up 2 runs, 2 hits. And then in a third of an inning pitch, gave up a run and a hit. Did not factor in either decision as that ball gets away from Watkins. 2 freshman pitchers today for Coach Cliff Godwin, and he got a gem from Jake Agnos, the starter, over 7 innings.
I don't know what Cliff Godwin was expecting out of Agnos, if he was thinking maybe get us 4 or 5 today, but he got to be just really happy today to get 7 shutout innings from a freshman. Hitters count now to Heiser. Shows bunt, pulls it back, called strike. Three-two Hopper to short. Over to first in time. And there's one away. Big out that time for Smith. Anytime you come in relief, want to log that first out.
That'll close out the bottom of the order. Ball had some sink to it. Now you'll flip it over and take on the top of the order and Luke Hamlin.
Hamlin 0 for 3, grounded out to second. He's flown out to center. He struck out today. Came into the semis with a 307 average, a home run, 34 driven in. One-0 ground ball to short again, and it runs up, and thought Brown was going to catch it in the bare hand and throw, but he cannot make the pickup, and Hamlin is aboard. It will be an error on Brown. When if Putnam gets on here, it's going to start rolling for UCF.
He's trying for the pickup here. It goes back around behind his head. I thought if he'd have come up with that, it would have been a play reminiscent of the Harlem Globetrotters. He wanted to make the fire over to first. It ends up being an error. The second of the game for ECU's defense.
Putnam 1 for 3. Fouled it off. He singled back on the third. He's also struck out. He's flown out to right when Hendrickson made that first great catch up against the wall in the 6th. Putnam 321, 16 doubles, 8 homers, 39 driven in. Bunts, third base. Quick throw in time. So a Hamlin to second base, but there's 2 outs in the inning.
Sacrifice bunt. Laid down to perfection. Almost beat it out, too. That's a slow roller. Needed a strong throw by Tyler. And they got it just in time. Still a man in scoring position.
Brennan Bozeman 0 for 3. Popped up the second, flew to center. Reached in the air by Hendrickson, and he was the Knight going around third who was caught on the second great play by Hendrickson. Stayed in the game after getting his nose busted up a little bit when his face went into the knee of Tyler going back into third. Takes strike one. Got that stopped with the cotton now out of the nose.
Smith kind of misstepped on that pitch. I don't know if he stepped into a divot out there in front of the hill or not. But he's right back up there ready to work.
Fights it off. Out of play.
ECU with 4 runs on 4 hits today. The fewest hits the Pirates have had this season and still garnered a win. 6 hits against LaSalle much earlier in the season.
He can waste it if he wants to. Just barely. Could not get Bozeman to go after it.
88 miles an hour on this offering. Watkins tries to frame it back up for the home plate umpire. Brandon Cooper will call it a ball.
Outside again. Now 3-2. Full count.
UCF, who swept the Pirates during the regular season, in danger of going down to them in 2 games here in the conference tournament.
Just caught a piece of it, fouled it straight down. Heiser grounded to short. Hamlin reached on the air. Then the bunt by Putnam for the second out. That's how you get Hamlin at second base and 2 away. Popped it. Foul right side. That will get up into the chair backs here at Spectrum Field.
Only one time this year UCF was held to just 2 hits. That was their May 7th game against Florida State. Predictably, they lost that one 5-2.
Reaches out and stays alive.
Said it earlier, they've only been shut out once this year. That came also at the hands of the Seminoles. Bozeman battling up there at the plate. He's worked it full.
3-2. And again, a nice battle going on here between the reliever Smith, fresh into the game, and Brennan Bozeman, the shortstop.
Just hit 90 on the gun.
Fly ball down the right field line. That will slice foul again.
Would be huge here if Smith can deliver the 8th inning, and then maybe you bring out Bridges, who tried to close out the 9th inning against USF and ended up getting the win. He does have 2 saves on the year. And Bridges was up earlier. There he is, number 27. Veteran move there by Brennan Bozeman, right as Smith was getting into his motion. Sam Lanier also up. So a pair of right-handers warming for the purple and gold.
Lanier's been up for a bit. 3-2. Slow roller to second. That'll end the inning. No runs, no hits in air, and nobody, and one left on base. On to the night, 4-0 ECU on the American Digital Network.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
When learning creates leaders, ideas are ignited, focus gets sharper, and service connects generations. We commit our expertise to heal, to discover, and to drive our region forward to a brighter tomorrow. East Carolina University. Tomorrow starts here.
Well, a lot of people will be enjoying the palm trees the rest of the weekend. Memorial Day weekend here in Clearwater. We had the rain come through earlier this week, and boy, whoever's coming down here for vacation the next few days is going to really have a good time here in the Clearwater Beach area, the Tampa. You're familiar with this area. Plenty of places to go.
Used to call it home and have called the tournament here for the last 10 years, and it has certainly been a pleasure to come out to this ballpark and see old friends, fans, and see the great baseball. I really feel like since the American came together, the level of baseball has improved every year.
Strike Anthony's 0-1 on Phillips. He has walked. He has reached on the fielder's choice and scored.
Conference is poised for 4 teams to make the NCAA tournaments this year, and if ECU crashes the party, could be 5.
Line drive right to first. Thomas made a nice play earlier, catch the line out there. In the bottom of the ninth, it'll be Marsh, Thomas, Gellinger. It's going to be 4, 5, and 6 do it for the Knights in their last chance. Trying to keep it a 4-run game. Right at them. And they'll make a move in the batting order. Here comes Cliff Godwin down the line at third. Either they're going to make a move or they're going to talk to Brady Lloyd, and that's not Brady Lloyd. That is Bryce Harmon. So Lloyd ends the day 0 for 3, and he did get hit by a pitch. Harmon fouls it off to the left side. That'll get out of play.
East Carolina can hold on to this 4-0 lead and get 3 outs in the bottom of the ninth. It'd be interesting to see who they start in the championship game against Houston. You got Kirk Morgan, who's got 5 starts on the year and is 3-0 with a sub-2 ERA. Evan Krasinski started 4 days ago in the opener against UCF. He threw 102 pitches and went 6 innings. You'd really have to gut out an appearance for him if that's what you wanted. Jacob Wolf on the year, 10 starts. He's 4-4, but we heard he's a little under the weather. Again, I don't think anybody has any idea who Cliff Godwin's going to throw tomorrow should they qualify.
I think with the injuries they've had this year, trying to piece things together, I would think he's thinking about piggybacking these guys. You know, maybe start with Morgan since he's the freshest, feels the best, get what you can get out of him, and just start piggybacking those starters. Line drive left field, racing and diving forward. Marsh with a nice grab. 2 away. Charlie Organ coming up. He is 0 for 2, but he did reach on that big 3-run error in the 7th inning. or that 3 base here in the 7th inning that allowed Phillips to score. He ended up at third. Later were driven in with 2 outs by Travis Watkins.
Marsh, the sophomore, the big-time play in left field to get the second out of the inning. Now Jorgen's up 5 of 11 in the tournament.
Strike called. Evens it up at 1-1. Again, it's going to be Marsh, Thomas, and Gallagher. 4, 5, and 6 for the Knights. 1-1 outside, 2-1 count. Hitters count at 3-1. He'll walk. That'll bring up Travis Watkins, who homered back in the first. He had the RBI single, 2 outs in the 7th. He's driven in 2 of the 4 today.
For Watkins, that's his 31st multi-RBI game of the year. Anybody in the country would ask for that guy to be hitting in the middle of their lineup. Watkins, a preseason all-conference team, ended up on the first team. In his final season for the Pirates.
345, 14 doubles, 10 homers, 49 driven in. They'll throw to first down in time. Gets into that one off the handle and fouls it. Yeah, and you can hear that come off the inner half of the bat.
Well, whether it's UCF or whether it's ECU, we'll have a whale of a championship game tomorrow as the undefeated Houston Cougars, 3-0 in this tournament, are waiting.
Ball down low, 1-1. Before we get too far into the post game, don't want to rush through it. Do want to thank all of our crew, including Iggy Garcia, Bobby Sanchez, Manny Castillo, and Grant Ryan. They've been our camera ops all week. They've been out in the weather, whether it's been windy and rain or it's been hot and humid as it has the past 2 days. They've weathered the long days outside. There's Iggy out in center. Trying to catch that breeze. One and one popped up, foul territory. Thomas having to go away from it. He'll get it into the stands. Of course, replay director Dustin P.T. Gunch. Director Carl Harper, engineer Martin Winterstrom, Scott Railing. I've been working with that crew since they cranked up the American Digital 4 years ago. First time I worked with that crew, they made the drive from Houston to Memphis. They did a women's basketball game the night before, drove all the way through. Wow. And were set up in the El Marone Fieldhouse the very next day. 1-2. Round ball in a third. Off of Gallagher, and everyone's safe.
Unfortunate, that'll be the second error of the game for the Knights, and that continues the inning with 2 outs. Hard hit ball, and it just played him bouncing off that dirt.
Spencer Brickhouse hit an opposite field home run in the 4th. He's 1 for 4, a pair of strikeouts and a flyout. A base hit here expands that lead and just keeps the momentum in the Pirate dugout. Makes it that much more difficult for UCF. Even a grand slam would be unable to tie it up. outside. Almost lost that one. The Heiser with a nice reach.
Also like to say thank you to our broadcast partners throughout the week. Victor Anderson, Jeff Sharon.
Yep.
Also Haley Outen and Kyle Coulter manning the field and getting all the best stories, including the Thor hammer. And great post-game interviews as well.
They have they've been fortunate this week. You know, things can get a little fun after some wins down there. They've avoided any of the water buckets or anyone ripping the mics out of their hands so far this week,
including ECU's Kirk Morgan. That walk-off squeeze.
1-1. Sometimes doing those post games, you don't know what you're going to get in just the heat of the emotion. I believe the first or second, you caught half the water bucket.
Joe DeRoche Duffin and I tell you what, I thought Morgan was going to catch like a towel full of shaving cream for sure during that interview.
Strike call on the inside. When Jamie Corn was still here the first year, when Darian Tubbs literally ripped the mic with both hands out of her hand.
After a walk-off hit against the Bulls.
Two and two to Spencer Brickhouse. Fouls it off. Tapped it back to the on-deck circle where Eric Tyler's waiting. Going to run in the first, run in the fourth, 2 in the seventh for the Pirates. Chefs will look Jorgen back to the bag.
ECU went 2 in barbecue in this tournament last year. They got doubled up by USF 4-2 and lost to Memphis 5-4. This year, they're undefeated as the 8th seed.
Leaving that tournament last year, no one would have seen the super regional run by East Carolina.
Won the Charlottesville regional, beat national seed Virginia, and then took on upstart William and Mary, who made the regional championship game.
Rocketed that one foul.
Almost took the head off of Jeff Palumbo. First base coach. Still got good reflexes, coach. ECU went out to Lubbock, Texas. Ended up very close to advancing to the College World Series.
All speed, swing and a miss. Got away from Heiser. They'll throw him out. That'll wrap up the strikeout. No runs, no hits in air, 2 left on base. On to the bottom of the ninth we go. 4-0 East Carolina on the American Digital Network.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
Access to traditional prosthetics for kids is challenging. At Luminous, my goal is really to give them a chance to chase their dreams and to instill confidence so that they can go after whatever they want.
De ver o sonho meu, do meu filho, sendo realizado. Isso não tem preço.
The labs at UCF were so instrumental. I couldn't be in a better place. This is where I call my home.
Those Knights fans trying to encourage your team to a rally here, and they're going to have to do something big because they've only managed 2 hits today between Agnos and Smith, and the Pirate fans looking to play on Sunday here in the American.
It'll be Marsh, Thomas, and Gellinger coming to the plate combined today. They're just 1 for 6, though they've gotten on, whether it was being drawn by a walk. They just need base runners right here against the reliever Tyler Smith, out for his second inning of relief.
Kyle Marsh to lead it off. Marsh is, well, kind of had a tough day because he's been close to 2 hits. He walked in the second, had a hit taken away by the shortstop Brown on a diving play, and then that ball he crushed to right field was taken away by Hendrickson at the wall. Ended up being a double play to end the inning. So he's hit the ball well today, just nothing to show for it. First pitch, high chopper, will be foul at third.
Been talking with Mark Daniels, the voice of the Knights. When's the last time that they were able to win a conference tournament title? They played for a couple at the beginning of the 2000s. I don't believe they've been tournament champions since 2002.
I know they weren't through our time in Conference USA together. Leaves that one upstairs for a ball.
UCF, of course, shared the regular season championship with the Houston Cougars.
Ground ball towards second to Hopper. In time from Jorgen. There's one away.
Went the opposite way with it, and the senior Jorgen with an easy pickup and throw over to first. Knights down to their final 2 outs.
Pop them foul off to the right side. Ducked out of the way of that one. Rylan Thomas today, line to center. He walked, he would single. Takes the ball inside. Thomas, 313 homers, 52 driven in. Sends one in the left center field. That's going to drop in. So a second hit of the day for Thomas. He has 2 of the 3 hits for UCF. And if Smith gets in any trouble, they are ready to go in the bullpen. They've been working the last couple of innings. Here comes Watkins out to talk to Smith and get him settled down. Again, that is Lanier and Bridges that have been working for a while. So they'll be, actually it's Ryan Ross who's now up for East Carolina along with Bridges. We've seen Lanier out there, but now it's Ross and Bridges both throwing. And they could potentially make a switch. They're coming out to talk. And here comes Cliff Godwin. So let's see if they do indeed make the switch. And they will. Smith did a nice job in relief. That's the second freshman they have thrown today, as he will go an inning and a third, giving up just 1 hit. No walks and no strikeouts.
Dangerous part of the order. Good decision. A 4-0 lead as we head to the break.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
When learning creates leaders, ideas are ignited, focus gets sharper, and service connects generations. We commit our expertise to heal, to discover, and to drive our region forward to a brighter tomorrow. East Carolina University. Tomorrow starts here.
Access to traditional prosthetics for kids is challenging. At Luminous, my goal is really to give them a chance to chase their dreams and to instill confidence so that they can go after whatever they want.
De ver o sonho meu, do meu filho, sendo realizado. Isso não tem preço.
The labs at UCF were so instrumental. I couldn't be in a better place. This is where I call my home.
Tyler Smith gets the Pirates through to the ninth, and they're going to turn it over to Matt Bridges.
Bridges, a 5'11", 180-pound sophomore out of Shelby, North Carolina. Bridges' numbers on the year: 32 appearances, all in relief, 1 win, 3 losses, with a 4.8 ERA. Bridges, in 44 2/3 innings, has given up 43 hits, 24 earned runs, and struck out 47. His only win of the season came 2 nights ago against USF. He threw an inning of relief and was the pitcher of record after the suicide squeeze that brought Jorgen home to win the game.
Gallagher stands in, takes the ball down and out. Gallagher today 0 for 2 with a walk. He's struck out and grounded out. So you've got Thomas at first with 1 out, and then he'll be hitting the back third of the order after Gallagher. Bridges comes in, tips it in the glove for the strike, 1-1.
At stake for ECU, a trip to their 15th tournament title game. They have won 9 of them to clinch automatic bids to the NCAA tournament.
A fly ball to right field. That is deep. That's carrying, and another nice play by Hendrickson. Up against the wall as Thomas will tag up and go to second. And if it wasn't for his 2 great plays earlier, that seemed just kind of a ho-hum routine catch near the wall for Hendrickson.
Been pretty good all day long.
Well, if the Pirates were to win this and then move on and win the title game, 29th NCAA. That's some stout numbers for ECU.
Bridges, now in relief, does have 2 saves on the year.
Matthew Micah 0 for 3. Off-speed pitch for a called strike. Nice down to the last out, and then they'll be waiting for the selection shows. See where they'll be headed. Their season is not over. Foul ball down to the last strike.
Micah trying to keep it alive for the Central Florida Knights. Pinch hitter on deck is 38, Beaver.
Pirate fans on their feet. The 0-2 reaches out, and I'll have to throw him out, and he will. And the Pirates are headed to the title game. 3-0 in the bracket, and East Carolina is going to face Houston tomorrow for the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament, as East Carolina was just absolutely outstanding today, led by Jake Agnos, the freshman starter. And I don't even know if Cliff Godwin would have thought we're going to get 7 shutout innings of the freshman.
He improves to 3-3 on the year, probably the biggest win of his young career. And there goes Coach Godwin, his team, the 8th seed, now undefeated, 3-0 in the American Championships.
They're going to face a very tough Houston team tomorrow. We'll talk more about it when we come back on the American Digital Network.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power.
When learning creates leaders, ideas are ignited, focus gets sharper, and service connects generations. We commit our expertise to heal, to discover, and to drive our region forward to a brighter tomorrow. East Carolina University. Tomorrow starts here.
Access to traditional prosthetics for kids is challenging. At Luminous, my goal is really to give them a chance to chase their dreams and to instill confidence so that they can go after whatever they want.
De ver o sonho meu, do meu filho, sendo realizado. Isso não tem preço.
The labs at UCF were so instrumental. I couldn't be in a better place. This is where I call my home.
Great outing today by East Carolina. They shut out UCF to make their way to the championship game against Houston tomorrow. Alongside a very happy Cliff Godwin is Haley Allen.
Yes, I'm joined by head coach Cliff Godwin. Coach, you've officially punched your ticket to the championship game. You've battled here this week and played some great baseball. Let's start off by talking about your pitcher today, a freshman, Jake Agnos, who was able to pitch 7 scoreless innings for you. What was your conversation with him like before the game, knowing the magnitude of this game?
Well, I just wanted him to go out there and trust his stuff and be aggressive. You know, the only time Jake gets in trouble is when he's passive and kind of feeling for pitches. Wanted him to go out there and go as long and as hard as he could go. And, man, what a performance by a freshman in that situation.
You were able to come up with some hits today, but in the end, some unbelievable defensive plays as well. How do you kind of sum up what happened defensively out there today, especially with the sun out in right field?
Well, you know, Dewanya had a big catch in one of the innings in left field that was kind of a game changer. And, you know, obviously Andrew Hendrickson robbing the home run and then, you know, getting the ball in and getting the guy at third base. So we played really good defense, and we've done that for about the past month, and it's been game-changing stuff.
The emotions have to be pretty high right now after the season that you've had, coming in as the 8th seed in this tournament, and now you have a chance for your team to potentially go to Omaha this year, at least, you know, have the chance to get there. How do you kind of help them get focused for tomorrow and just not get too overwhelmed by the moment?
Well, you know, we have some older guys that do a good job with the younger guys on our team, but this week we've talked about just being in the present moment, being where our feet are and not looking behind us, not looking ahead, but really just living in the moment. And, you know, we'll have to do that tomorrow. We can't think about what if. We have just to live in the moment and be where our feet are.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. We'll see you out here tomorrow. Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm now joined by the winning pitcher, Jake Agnos. Jake, as a freshman, when you found out that you were going to get the ball today, what was going through your mind just knowing the importance of this game in the tournament?
Don't act like a freshman. I mean, that's the thing. I think in some of these games I've came out a little hesitant and didn't trust my stuff and didn't, you know, have full faith in the guys in defense. But like you saw today, I couldn't have done what I did without them. The plays they made were unbelievable, and you should probably be interviewing them because I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for them. So.
You had a chance to face UCF earlier in the season. I think pitched 4 innings that game. Today you were able to go 7 scoreless. What did you kind of challenge yourself to do heading into this game today, just to stay focused and to be able to go as long as you can out there?
Just don't hold back. Like I said, trust the defense. You know, Travis putting up 1 in the first inning, that was big. I knew that we were coming out hot. And so if I just kept us in the game, we were going to win it. And so, you know, every inning, forget about the previous one and just go out there and do my thing. And let the game work out the way it did.
You kind of mentioned in the first question I asked you to not act like a freshman out there today pitching, but you are a freshman and you're here in the postseason, you know, kind of like win or go home situations, especially for your team as the 8th seed, and you want to get back to the NCAA tournament for these guys, your first time. How do you kind of sum up what this week has been like?
It's surreal, honestly, but I think everyone believed in our ability. You know, we played good baseball, it just didn't work out for us in some. We faced some adversity, but being able to go out there and play our game like we have been, and that's how, you know, we've played bits and pieces all season, but putting it together, you know, we're one of the best teams in the country, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the postseason has for us.
All right, thanks a lot, Jake. Go enjoy this one. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, as the Pirates again win it by a final of 4-0 today to advance to the championship. And Garrett, the thing maybe I'm most surprised about today is we only played 2 games. The teams that had a chance to put it away early did.
They just did phenomenal jobs today, and now Houston and ECU will move on. The Pirates will play for their 15th conference tournament appearance, trying to win their 11th tournament title. We wish them the best of luck. In Houston, of course, a quality squad, great pitching. We wish them the best, too.
That'll wrap it up from Clearwater. For our whole staff behind the scenes of the American Digital Network, my broadcast partner, Garrett Walford, I'm Chip Pryble. Thanks for joining us from the American Baseball Championships.